Cool. Welcome everyone to this great session number two of the series. We had one last week that was very well received and very well attended. My name is Pankaj Banka. I'm the co-founder and CEO at the Silicon Partners (TSP) and the chapter leader for the Northern California UiPath chapter and a four-time UiPath MVP. So with me, Amit Tiwari and Faiz, and I'll have them introduce once I finish. So today's session would be around the agentic orchestration with UiPath Maestro. I know we just came out of the UiPath Fusion conference a few weeks back, and it was all about agentic AI, Maestro, and so on and so forth, right? So our team has done a great job in preparing this session for you guys with some live demos, and we will start this session with the agenda. First, next slide. Obviously, Diana and I have introduced myself, and once I do the agenda, I'll hand it over to Amit to introduce himself and then take it from there. First, next slide. As I said, right, last week we had a great first session on basically just to touch upon the basics of agentic automation using the UiPath platform. Today we will go a little bit deeper into the agentic orchestration with the UiPath Maestro platform, and then there are two more sessions coming up. So we highly recommend and encourage everyone to register for those sessions and basically see what the UiPath agentic platform has to bring to the table. Next slide. From an agenda standpoint, obviously we'll go through what is BPMN and then what is agentic orchestration, what value it brings. Definitely go into the UiPath Maestro platform. Then the next topic would be non-agentic orchestration versus agentic. What are the differences, pros and cons, and so on and so forth. And then Faiz will do a live demo, which is based on SAP ERP and UiPath Agentic AI. And then in the end, we'll open up a few minutes for Q&A. And in the meantime, also, if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the chat box. We'll monitor these questions throughout the session and then answer them as we move along or in the end. Next slide. Okay, so Faz, over to you, and definitely please pay attention. And then this session is been recorded, so you can go back once the session is done for the recorded session as well. Faz, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks. Thanks again, everyone, for joining this session and joining also the previous sessions where we have delivered uh, means like we have delivered the agentic, how you can create your first agent with the help of low code, no code agent platform of UiPath. And also the recording is available. You can feel free to go and check out the recording. And well, let me introduce quickly myself. My name is Faz and I'm the UiPath MVP in the UiPath apps category. And I just dropped my LinkedIn profile, and you feel free to reach out to me on my LinkedIn. And if you have any questions and queries regarding this sessions, previous sessions, and also in the UiPath apps category, so feel free to reach out to me. So let's begin with this sessions. Like we have seen the agenda there, we are just going to start with the BPMN because this model UiPath Maestro is using in order to build the agentic orchestrations. So you have seen BPMN stand for Business Process Model and Notations. In the early days, in back in 2005, it was introduced by the business process model company, and it was acquired by the object management group, and they both together introduced the first 2.0 BPNN version in 2011, January 2011. And this model we are using to standardize the graphical representation for a specific business process. You can see here in the below, we have created for the sales order creation with the help of this BPN diagram. And this will ease the task for the business stakeholder, including the analyst and developer and the managers. And in the coming slides, you will see why we are using and how we can leverage this BPN and within the UiPath Maestro product, and you can see the key component of BPMN diagram here. So starting from the flow objective, you can see it will manage the events, activities, and the gateways that define the behavior of the process here. And we have some connecting objects, that is sequence flow, message flow, and the association that link flow objects. Then we have swim lanes, pool and lanes that organize activities based on the participants or the departments. And the last, which is the artifact, that is data object, group, and annotations that provide the additional information of the BPN diagram. So here you can see it's starting from this email trigger. Then we have added some delay that is annotated with delay 10 seconds. Then we have some conditions where we are just based on this condition bot it will take the decision where it is goes into the sales order creation, or the sales order creation will end here. So later in the when we start building this BPN process or the master process, you will see how powerful this master platform in order to orchestrate agent, process, API, and and manual human intervention, that is called Action Center. So we will show in the coming slides. So the value of agentic orchestration, why it is needed. So we're starting from agentic orchestration, enable the model, implementation, operation, monitoring. These are some values which we can bring by implementing the agentic orchestration with the help of UiPath Maestro. Here we have some key values, that is accelerate agentic AI adoption, means like embedded game-changing AI agent into your process with controls, and you can scale them across your enterprise. So easily model, easily orchestrate, and optimize this agent process involving the agent robot and people, like I said, and also we can include the API workflows. It will also maximize your efficiency, means like transform your automation program, means turning them from scattered tasks into the seamless end-to-end process that generate real value and impact. Integrate these disparate automated tasks into the cohesive, long-running workflow with human in the loop for consistent, reliable agentic automations. You can improve process outcomes, means enhance process delivering by simplifying how process execute and how they are managed end to end. Real-time analysis and AI-driven means we can add the agent functionality to take some decision, or maybe some intelligent decision. We are adding the agent. We can build the low-code, no-code agent. We can also use the coded agent as well. In the fourth session of this series, we will also try to cover the coded agent. And with AI-driven insight, enable quick identification of bottleneck and optimization opportunities. Faster implementation means we can leverage the UiPath autopilot in order to build any master process. Significantly reduce the time required to implement complex cross-system automation by providing a comprehensive frame for modeling, implementing and optimizing end-to-end process. It eliminates many of the traditional bottlenecks associated with the automations project, right? Flexibility and maintainability means we can make process more adaptable to evolving business needs, right? And technologically advancement, this allow organizations to increment, adjust easily. You have seen the BPN process. We can drag and drop. We can move one control to another control. We can add many control. We can add many conditions, right? So modify the process. We can also track the changes, scale operations, and empower the business user to make adjustment without deep technical expertise. So it is also very easy with by leveraging the UiPath autopilot. When you using the autopilot and passing some prompts to build your BPMN process to create the sales order creation. If you want to adjust, you don't go to the BPN process, just type the prompt, it will automatically adjust by the autopilot itself. So yeah, we are going to cover the UiPath Maestro, that is the product of UiPath. There we are going to build the agentic orchestration process with the help of BPMN diagram. And you can see here, Maestro is the next evolution in the enterprise automation, a smart conductor for workflow, where process, AI agents, human, and APIs interact seamlessly. It empowers the organizations to automate with greater visibility, flexibility, and oversight, and intelligence than ever before with the help of this master only. So just take example like why the traditional RPA process is different from the agentic orchestration process. So we can take the example of this remittance process. without the agentic orchestration. So when we receive the remittance, then we will add the human two-way matching, then pass this information to robot, that is upload file and create report, then send the emails report, then we have another agent, then it will be completed. So you can see the standard remittance process is highly manual, and depending on the employees to handle these two-way matching of purchase order and invoices as well. Not only does this raise operational overhead, you can see that is the manual, so it will raise the overhead, but manual matching increase the likelihood of misapplied payment, reconciliations, mistake, and downstream financial inaccuracies. So let me convert this into the agentic process, right? So when we convert into the agentic process, you have seen, so there we have without any other agentic orchestration, just as straightforward in the sequence way, right? When we implement with agentic orchestrations with the same process, there we are adding, it will receive same way, it will receive the uh, information from the remittance and it will pass through the XP. XP is nothing, is the UiPath newly introduced product where we are combining the comms mining and the UiPath document understanding together in order to take the intelligent decision and intelligent extractions. So based on extraction and decision, it will pass through this decision flow, and there we have three different flow based on this decision. If all passed, so you have seen in the previous flow, it will go through the human two-way matching, then robots and robot. There we have two different robots. So in a happy path and happy scenario, if all passed, it will follow the same. It will upload the files and create reports, then send this report over the email and complete the process. In case of failure, to fail safe, less than 35%, then we are deploying the agent, that is intelligent agent, to take any decisions, right? So we are here, you can see we have two different agent. With the help of this agentic orchestration, it is possible, right? So we are deploying this agent, that is download data from data services, that is a document, and agent, another agent, that is invoice ID, similarity agent. These two agents will take some decision, then complete the process. So we have third decision, that is fail safe greater than 35%. So here we are required the human intervention. That is, we are going to leverage the UiPath Action Center. And based on these decisions, so while we are passing this process or this decisions to the UI Action Center to take this decision through the humans, if new files provided, so it will goes to the two-way matching process. If it is the same, it is a file which is already have trained, so it will goes to the robot and end and complete the entire process. You can see how easily we can build this process. So in the later, we can show you like how you can leverage the UiPath Maestro to build this process. Yeah, so we have some use cases, just a small use cases we have bring here in this sessions. We have many use cases you can go and check in the UiPath documentations and UiPath repositories. So if you talk about the financial services, we have one use case is here, loan processing, just taking it for the example only. So loan processing with AI risk scoring. So how the flow will look like, workflow highlights here, RPA verifies documents, AI score risk. AI means AI agents, right? The intelligent agents. Then human, we are adding for the reviews, excuse me. And then RPA updates banking system. The key value you can take away from converting the traditional process into the agentic process, that is faster approval, compliance via DMNS rules. If you talk about the healthcare industry, there we have one use cases, that is very common use cases, that is automated patient admission. How the flow will look like, start from RPA fetch, EMRs and insurance detail. AI validates his coverage, exceptions to human clerk, API update scheduling. So we are leveraging these things, right? Here we are the process to get information from specific systems, leveraging the AI agents, then also leveraging the UiPath Action Center, and then we are using the API flow in order to update any information into any of the systems. Reduce delay, improve accuracy. Same way we have supply chain, then we have government, and then contact center. That is some few examples I put it here. We have many more, right? In the real scenario, you can see. So we have next sessions planned on October 23rd. That is UiPath coded agent with MCP server. So there we are going to cover we are going to cover UiPath coded agent or UiPath SDK, that is Python plus LangChain. Then there you can learn uh, how to use your Python expertise. If you are familiar with Python or you want to leverage the UiPath capabilities, you can just call the UiPath SDK within any of the ID. It can be VS. So in the next session, we will try to use the VS Code to build the solutions. And the prerequisites, you need to have the Python installed on your machine. You have the VS Code. Then we can start building the coded agent, and we can also see the deployment, and we can run it through the UiPath orchestrator. And also we can connect with the agent to MCP server, and you can see all these available options. So yeah, you can scan this QR code and feel free to register for the next sessions. So we have total 4 sessions of this series. So yeah, it's time for the demo. So let's move to the UiPath orchestrator. So before starting building any master process, I'm sure a few of you are from the organization, and if you want to build the solution, I'm not sure if you have the master license or not. So the in order to start any master process or agentic orchestration process, you are required the license. If you have the community license, so you are not allowed to access this master. In the community license, if you go and check under this orchestrator, so that is my community account. If you go and check, agent is there, but master is not there in the community. If you are enterprise user and your organization having this license, or if you have the staging environment access, you feel free to use and access this master, and you can build this master process. And if you go and try to check into this studio, and when you click on this create button, you will see the agentic process. But if you click on this agentic process, because of the license, it will throw some error. You can build the agent, you can build the RPA flow or apps. As soon as you click on this agent process, because of this license, you are not able to access this master. Okay. So I'm just using the staging environment. There I have all these access. Okay, so I can start building the master process with the help of UiPath Studio Web. And we can also launch the UiPath Maestro product so that I can see how the Maestro will look like. You can see as soon as you launch this Maestro product, you will land on this page. There you have these options to start modeling. Once you click on this start modeling, it will navigate to the next page. There you have the BPMN flows. You can start building. And you can monitor your entire Maestro process from here itself, this page. The recent project you can see, and the recent templates. All these are pre-built templates. If you want to build some solution or some agentic solutions around this invoice processing, just click on view and you can use this pre-built template. Same way we have for loan processing, then supplier onboarding, insurance claim, then KYC, number porting, that is for telecom industry, regulatory reporting, underwriting, payment. We have many more. You can just scroll here and you can see all the available templates. Just click on this use. It will start building the master process in your guidance. Once you scroll down, you will see the process monitoring. You can monitor your process. Top processes by instances. Incident, it is failed or passed. You can filter from here, last day, last week, last month. Then live instances, if it is running or faulted, you can monitor from here itself. Process instances, there we have two master process, that is agentic orchestration process. You can see the average durations, fault, and version, and where it is resides. So in which folder we have deployed this master process. So there is all the information available on this homepage. As soon as you go to the process instances, you have more details about this process. Then process incident, you can monitor all the incident, whether it is failed or passed. These are in preview, case, app, case instance, and these are available on the staging environment. The real environment, you don't see these options. Yeah, you can see these three options. Yeah, so I just click on the studio. It has launched from here. I'm sure you all are aware about the UiPath Studio, and maybe you, couple of you folks, you already have built some solution around this UiPath Studio web. So here you can see we have few more options, which is in preview. That is API workflow, case management. These are under preview because I'm just using the staging environment. This might be changed when it is in the stable environment. So I can click on this agentic process. I can create the agent, RPA flow, UiPath apps. So let's start building the agentic process. So I already have built the process in order to save our time. So because this session is going to longer because we have to cover demos and each and every components of the master process. Already have built the solution and have tested before this call. So you can see as soon as I launch this process, so it is easy to build. I will show you some couple of the components here, how you can drag and drop and connect with each components together. So here we have, let me explain these solutions first, then I will walk you through how you can build this master process. So starting from email trigger. So I have the email box which is connected, and this is the trigger point. So when I hit the debug, it will start from this trigger, that is email trigger. And this will get all the information, all the emails connected to the integration services. And then people passes through the agent and then sales order and then many other flows. So you can create this process just adding this start event, and you can select these components and you can come here under this properties. Just click on this wrench icon and go to this properties, and there we have the options, that is actions. Wait for connector event. When you click, it will ask you to select the right connector. So for me, it is Office 365 Outlook. It will ask you to select the trigger. So there we have all available trigger. Calendar event created, excuse me, calendar event received, event replied, upload, trash, email received, email sent, existing record updated, new record created, maybe new email created, right? So you can create your event from here to select, right? So as already have created, let me delete this, or maybe I can keep it here so that I can connect another task. So once you select this box, that is called task, and that is called agentic task. So you can change the icon. As soon as I select it is empty. And when I select any action from here, so when I click on this create action app, you will notice here the icon has changed. When I change the action from here, instead of app, you can choose the RP flow, the icon will be changed. So it will be easy for you to identify. So here we are using the agentic task. Here we are using the process, that is start and wait for the process. You can see the icon. Same we are using again here. When you change it from process to agent, you can see the icon has changed. Okay. And just simply you can connect this with this. When you start, it will starting from trigger and it will goes to here. Here you can select your connector, or maybe if you want to select the process, it will change the automations and you can select your automation from here. And you need to just pass input. Maybe you have designed this process to receive input and also produce the output. So maybe you have to pass these informations so that you can leverage these information later in the next process or in the next agent. So here, few tools, you can deep dive into these tools, just clicking on any of, you can just drag and drop on your canvas and you can adjust your canvas from here. You can see if you want to fit your canvas in your screen, just click on this fit to view. It will be fit, your current view. If you want to maximize or zoom in, just click on this plus button. If you want to zoom out, just click on this minus button. And in order to add more tasks or more actions, or maybe more controls, you have to click on this more options. You can search, or maybe you scroll down to see all the available control. That is a part of this BPN tools, and we are currently using the BPN 2.0 versions. Okay. Yeah. So then again, starting from this email trigger, you have seen. So we have selected this wait for connector event. We have changed the name. Anytime you can rename this control name. Come here, select your event actions, then select your connector. I'm just using the Microsoft Outlook 365. You can change it anytime. Then select the current connections, which is nothing. We have used the UiPath integration services to build these connections. And we have selected this email receipt. As soon as the email is received, it will automatically trigger. And the folder which I am selected is email folder. You can change this anytime. If it is nested folder or root folder, you can change it. And there we have the output. So you can store the output of this email folder. When the email is received, so you can extract all the information. So email received, the response, and the email ID we are extracting. We are leveraging this response variable later in the agent process. So these are some properties. We have built this email trigger. Then we have added some decision here. So in the under this decision property, you will see so what decision we are taking. Based on these decisions, we are navigating through this contains value. If email body is empty, then we can add multiple decision here. So you can see we have added label that is contains value. There we are just passing. You have seen this variable that is response variable under this email trigger. So vas.response.subject, we are extracting the subject and also matching with uh, the con the text here, that is sales order. We are matching with the email is coming from different sources. If it is the subject is containing the sales order, then it will goes to this email summarizer. If it is having something else, it will goes to the this direction. It will only the print the message and end the process. And then we have another, if email bodies contain the test, then it will navigate through this second one. So based on this email, it will take the decision and it will navigate through this way. And that is nothing. We have built one agent. So we are passing the email body to this agent to summarize the data and extract the data, and later it will pass this data to this sales order creation bot. I will also show you in the UiPath Studio how we have built this process to handle this sales order creations. So you can see we have this agent. So let me open to show you how that this agent will look like. You can see here we have the action we have added is start and wait for agent. And we are selecting this agent that is email summarization agent, which is reside under this shared folder. And we are extracting the email content. Okay, so we are passing the data we have extracted from this email as an content. And in output, it will summarize and return this in this content variable. So let's see how this agent will look like. Email summarizer. You can see you are an agentic assistant. Summarize unstructured data from email. Your primary functions are analyze incoming email content, extract key information and maintain points, provide concise summarize of the email content, identify any actions, item, or important dates mentioned, categorize email based on their content, example, personal, works related, urgent. When summarizing, focus on the most important information and maintain the original context. Before, sorry, be objective and avoid inserting personal opinion. We are just instructing the agent, don't take your personal opinions, just whatever we are given here, just you have to, based on this prompts, you have to take the decision. If you encounter any ambiguities or require clarification, state this clearly in your response. Means whenever you are responding, you clearly state like this is your decision or this is agent decision, whatever. So clearly mention on your response. So we are just instructing the agent. Always maintain a professional and a helpful tone in your interaction. So in response, to maintain the professional tone, we are instructing the agent. In user prompt, we are just passing this value. So this email content, you have seen the email trigger. We are extracting the information and passing this agent as an argument. I will show you. Provide a concise summary that include main topic or purpose of the email, key points, any actions, email category. Format your response as follows. We are just instructing the agent. You only have to stick with this format. Don't take your format like available on the internet or available on your database. So you just stick with this format. That is summary, your concise summary here, key points, the bullet points, list of key information. You can change it anytime. Action item, list any action items or important dates are there. Category, email category. If you want to add any tools, that is web search or any other tools, you feel free to add any tools. These tools can be agent, these tools can be RPA or API process, or any free available tools you can see from here. So if you want to add RPA workflow, you can select this, or if you want to analyze attachment, web summary, web reader, feel free to add your tools here. If you have some context, like if you want to give the agents to memory or agent to thinks about like if you have this circumstances, these situations, you go and check the context surrounding, get some information from there and clearly mention your response. This is coming from the context surrounding just for your reference. So that the user who is getting this information that should be aware about like these information is getting from this context grounding or the agent. And here you can choose any model anytime you can choose for your agent. These are some premium model, GPT-5, GPT-5 mini. Okay, so we have built this agent to summarize the email data. So that is the agent. It will take input, the email input, and summarizing and store into this content variable. Then we have added this the same boxes, that is nothing, that is task. And in this task, we have added the action that is start and wait for RPA workflow. And we have added one workflow which I already have deployed into this orchestrator. And there we are just passing the information inputs. And in the response, it will share the sales order. Whenever it is created, it will share the sales order. So let me show you how we have built this process in the UiPath Studio. So we have created this process. There we are using the standard sales order creations. You can see it will start killing the SAP logon process. If you are familiar with the SAP or SAP Fury, SAP GUI, maybe you are aware about the SAP logon. And there we are just invoking the reusables component that is SAP login. And we are just invoking the UiPath SAP pre-built activities. And this is nothing, this is a use browser where we are just indicating on the applications. And here we are calling the pre-built activities for call transactions. There we are calling the VA01 for sales order creation. Then typing some order type, sales order organizations, distribution channel, division, and many other information here. And thus then we are going to iterate through the materials and passing this material into the line items to create the sales order. So this process we already have deployed into the UiPath orchestrator. And we have one more process to print the order. So this is nothing, just a message box. So for this demo, just created this to in order to simplify all this, like how we are managing this agentic orchestration. If you want to start the same process, how easily you can build this process. So just added one the print message box. There we have in message. So in order to invoke this process, we have to pass any of the information. It will automatically print with this print message box. We have another process built for the emails, send emails. That is the same. We are just using the Office 365 activity to build this process. So these three are the process. This is the agent for the intelligent decision to extract the information and summarize the information. So it will start from here, create the sales order, print the sales order with the help of print message activity, then send the report over to the email and stop the process. And in case we don't have received any email which is having the subject line that is sales order or sales or sales order. So it will navigate through this flow. So let me show you the email first here. So what information we are extracting. You can see, so in the sales order email, we are extracting this information and passing it through the agent to summarize it. And later we can use the information to create the sales order. Okay, this time to test this process. Let me check my VPN first. It is connected. Okay, so let me debug this process. So as soon as I hit, it will start from here. You can see. Oh, sorry. Let's click gateway. No conditions. Okay, let's see the error. No condition for an outgoing flow was met. At least one outgoing flow condition need to evaluate true or have a default value. No problem. Let me open the another flow. Okay. And this is very common. Maybe you all have encountered in your UAT demo and production demo. It's very common when you are presenting some things to the audience. Sometimes it is failing. Yeah, you can see it is running. It has extracted the information from here and passing it to the agent. Agent will summarize and pass this information to the sales order creation. And once it is completed, you will notice it will pass the information to the sales order creation process. It will trigger the process you will notice here in the UiPath Assistant. It will automatically trigger the sales order creation process by passing all this information extracted through the email. And you will notice here, it will launch the SAP GUI first, log into the system, create the order, send the report to the email. I will show you the email at the end of the executions. And it will also print the message with the help of print message activity. You can see it has launched the agent, this process. And this process will open the UiPath, sorry, the SAP GUI first. You can see it is logged into the system, and it will open the transaction code VA01, then provide some information, that is order type or sales organization, distributions, division. as my machine is running slow, so maybe it is lacking to type the information. Okay, so my machine is very slow. That's the reason it is trying to type and it is failing. So it might be failed. So I will run it again to show you the complete execution. We have enough time to present this table. So you can see expected is 0.5, but it's trying to print. It is failed. So it's a known error. What I can do, I can close this window. And as I haven't any decision or any validations rule or any business rules, that is going through the print message only. If I add any business rule here, it will stop it here in case of failure, and it will send the email of failure. So now I will try to run this again because of this VPN. This might be the issue. It is trying to type into the field. So let me check my email first. Okay, so I can run this process again. So it has started again to log into the system first. The sales order is created. You will notice it will print the message. You will also see the same sales order which was created in the SAP. You can see the sales order. We have a message box for you is to see like the sales order created, and the same message you will also see in the email. Sales order number 2008 has been created. When I hit OK, it will go to the next flow, which will send the email along with all information. Now it is trying to send email. So email has been sent. It has stopped the process. So now we can see, let me refresh the inbox. Right. So firstly, the information which extracted by the bot, the customer ID, all these details. Then we have this sales order is created with number 2008. Thank you. This email. So this is it. Yeah. So how easily you can build this process. And one more thing I would like to cover here. If you go back to Studio, and if you want to export this process, you feel free to come here. You can download it and you can share it with someone else. They can also have these options to import. You can have these options to import the flows. Just click on this import, provide the path, and you can import the solutions. And the next things, the license. You can navigate to this UiPath official documentation where UiPath having these two license details, that is unified pricing or the flex pricing. If you talk about the unified pricing, you can see the platform license, that is grant access to the master service and features with automation cloud. User license, offer access to the specific feature within the master user on the license. Consumption license, uh, covers usage-based activities such as process executions only when a process is published. Okay. And there we have these features under this try, standard, and enterprise. Then again, user license, that is license expired, process modeling, process implementation. You can go through this chart. And we have this platform unit consumptions. So you can see the process executions, that is metering process instance, one instance, one unit. Decision table executions, that is point 2.0. You can go and check, and your marketing team can check with the UiPath teams to provide the license detail or the flex plan. You can go and check with them. So yeah, that is it about this thing.
Great session, Faiz. If anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and go for it.
I have a question. It's come to mind. Um, who pays for all the LLM calls? Is that stipulated in? Is there a rate limit on each of the licenses or subscriptions? Or I haven't seen any information regarding that.
Yeah. So all the LLMs, I mean, UiPath doesn't offer any LLM specific to their services, but you're open to leverage OpenAI, Gemini, or like whichever LLM kind of your enterprise is signed up with. So you have to have a background LLM servicing this whole ecosystem.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, any other questions? Feel free to open up your microphones. Great job, Faz. Thank you, Amit and Pankaj, for hosting this session today. And thank you, everybody, for joining. Don't forget, if you check chat, you'll see that there's a session next week as well. So please register for that. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Thank you,
session.
everyone.
See you next week.
Thank you.